Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing some harvesting and I'm hoping it's going to be a good harvest, but I don't actually know because today we're going to be harvesting our garlic and something has gone wrong with our garlic this year. I think you can kind of see it in the back right here. This is our garlic bed, and about a week ago our entire garlic bed just all of a sudden fell over. We've never had this happen, and this is hardneck garlic, so it's supposed to have a really hard center part that forms a scape, and it's not supposed to fall over like this. And we were only able to harvest a handful of garlic scapes because that's all that formed since our whole garlic patch fell over. So we actually harvested those yesterday, and I do really just want to harvest all of this garlic today because it's clearly not going to be growing anymore. The stems are just really soft and limp, and they're starting to just turn brown. So I'm not 100% sure what happened with this garlic this year. We've never had this happen. This is like our third or fourth year growing garlic, and in the past we've grown it very successfully, and it's always been this variety as well. So I did a little bit of research and it seemed like it could be a few issues. First off, it could be too little water. Another possibility is too much water, and then it could also be a bug issue, which I'm hoping it's not. So I don't think that it's because of too much water. I actually think it's because it was too dry this spring, which is the time that the garlic would have been doing a lot of the forming and the growing of the bulb. And I think that we just had a really dry spring, so the garlic didn't do well and the stem dried out and it fell over. I'm hoping that's what it is because I would prefer it to be that than have it be a bug issue. We also saw this bed kind of like infested with ants last week, and I haven't seen them as much right now, so I don't know if they would have caused any damage, but either way, we're gonna pull up all of the garlic today and see how it's doing. I did pull up a test head a couple weeks ago and it did look okay to me, so I'm hoping that everything's gonna be okay. We are ending up harvesting all of this earlier than I normally would have. Usually I would let it go for 2 or 3 weeks after we harvest the scapes, so it would still be a few weeks from now. But again, since the garlic's not really going to be growing, we're just going to go ahead and pull it up, and whatever we get is what we get this year. And then after we harvest our garlic and see what the deal is with that, we're also going to be harvesting a few other things. I really want to head over to my rhubarb plant that has gotten really big, and I think we're gonna be doing a good harvest of that, and we'll get a nice handful. I have harvested from the plant one time earlier this spring, but it was kind of like a small little bunch, and I think this time it's going to be a much more substantial one, so that's gonna be really fun. And then if we have time, I think we'll just go around and harvest a lot of the other things that we are just harvesting at this point. It's just gonna be like random little things, maybe some peas, asparagus, strawberries, and I also have like a volunteer chamomile plant that's blooming a lot. So yeah, we're just gonna go around, pick some random things, and we'll see what we end up with at the end, and let's hope for a good garlic harvest.
Just look,
Oh.
Get out of here.
Off to a great start.
Pissing me off. Okay, gloves? Yeah, that's a good idea. Ooh! Small.
Yeah, a little small and a little like young,
Yeah,
but,
a little weak in the...
but not bad.
You got mad leaves in here though.
Oh,
Whoa!
that one's pretty big. This one's pretty big, but there's pill bugs coming out and it like split, so I don't know. It looks good, but maybe just for fresh eating and not as good for preserving or like keeping for the winter. Here's another one. It looks like there's some kind of eggs. I don't know if you can see, but I'll have to look up if those are the onion fly eggs, because I have seen a ton of onion flies around here.
Is it a maggot? I see a maggot, I think. Look at the...
Oh, really? Yeah, that's the onion flies. Oh yeah, in here. This is the onion fly larva. Oh, that's so annoying. They look like a pretty good size, most of them. You can tell they're a little like younger. They're not as like papery. The skin looks a little more fresh, since this is a few weeks earlier than we would plan on harvesting. But I mean, size-wise, not bad. I can just cook them all fresh. maybe like peel all of it and make a garlic confit and freeze that, or just chop it all up and freeze it like in oil or something. I don't know. But I mean, not too bad. You have a couple small ones, right? There's a couple that are smaller, which is to be expected because, like I said, it's a little early, but I mean, really not bad size-wise. So we're gonna let these dry, and after they dry, I'll have to see if there's a lot of like worms or larvae inside the garlic. Here's one where the top just like dried or rotted off and it does not look the best. It's already kind of like brown. Yeah, I'm not really sure why that happened, but it doesn't look very good at all. It's like kind of like mushy. I mean, but once you peel it off, the garlic clove under looks okay. Alright, so this is the bulk of our garlic harvest this year. It's probably half or a third of what we've had in previous years, and I think we started with about the same amount. So definitely not our best garlic year, but I mean, I'm just glad we didn't lose the whole harvest. So far it looks okay, most of it, and we do still have some heads that are a really nice size. We have some smaller ones as well, but we typically always do. Usually these are the ones that are maybe like in the center so they don't get as much sun, or yeah, they're like crowded out by the other ones. But we do definitely have some nice big ones. We also have some where they've kind of started like splitting open. I think this could be because of inconsistent water. So I'm hoping that that was the issue behind this whole problem and that it wasn't like a bug issue. And we're just gonna have to see, I think, as these cure to see if any eggs or larvae start hatching or eating the insides of the garlic. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. And then if that does happen, I'll have to preserve everything really quickly. At a glance, everything looks decent. Not our best, but it could be worse. Wow, look at how nice this garden is doing. Everything's growing so quickly. We were actually out of town for like 4 or 5 days, and when we got back, the garden was just like a completely different garden. I could not believe how much everything grew in just a few days, and it's been quite a few weeks since I've shown it to you, so it probably looks really different, but our tomatoes are really tall, already climbing up into the trellis. Our pole beans in the back reach the top of the trellis and are already like growing horizontally because they're too tall. Our sunflowers now are like 5 feet tall, reaching the top of the fence. I had a big empty space in the back here where I put in a lot of bush beans, and those just grew so quickly, and they will probably start flowering soon. Then we're gonna go around here to my rhubarb plants, and I have one over here and then one really big one over here. So this is the one I'm going to be harvesting from today. And first of all, The size of these leaves is crazy. This leaf is probably 3 feet long, and look at the size of these stalks. So nice and thick, much different than the spindly little stalks that I picked the first time. So I'm super excited to grab some of these. And now that we're in strawberry season, because last time we weren't yet, I know that rhubarb and strawberry is a pretty classic combo, so maybe I'll make something with that combination. I'm not really a fan of pies, but maybe I could do like a strawberry and rhubarb crisp or cobbler or something like that. I'll have to look it up.
Oh
This
yeah.
one is really... I wonder if I can just snap them off actually.
Oh no, you're gonna. Wow, look at that.
Ooh. Yeah, you can just pull them.
Nice.
Nice.
They don't damage it. Oh, wow. Ah. This one is awesome.
Awesome.
Look how big that leaf is, though.
I know, it's huge.
I mean, I got skinny arms, but just for comparison, like.
It's just a variety.
Oh.
So I've just cut the leaves off. I'm sure most people know, but the leaves of rhubarb are very toxic, so I'm gonna make sure to keep that away from the livestock. And these are the stalks we ended up with. Pretty nice little bunch. Some of these are so thick. This one is super thick. I think this is the biggest one. We've got a couple little patches of pea plants around the garden, so I think we're just gonna go around and grab what we can. I have a couple of varieties of shelling peas, so they're going to be like these fatter ones that we're going to break open, and we'll shell them and get the peas inside. We did a really good harvest of these a few days ago, and the peas were so delicious. I'm really glad I added shelling peas to something that we grow each year, because usually I would just grow snow peas and snap peas where you can eat the pods, whereas you don't want to do that with these because they're a little too fibrous. But the peas inside for these are so delicious and sweet, and we absolutely love them. This is one of our other pea plants. This is a snow pea plant, so this one we're going to be harvesting with the pods. And these ones, you harvest them when they're still flat. And then I've got one last patch of pea plants over here. These are another shelling pea, and these ones grow taller, so they're on this arch trellis. And these ones have like longer pods than the other ones. You can see that this one's much longer, whereas the other one I showed you, the pods are only about like 3 inches. So just a little bit different, a taller variety versus a shorter one. Yeah, those are perfect. This bee is covered in pollen.
Yeah.
Oh, his butt's wiggling. I'm getting his butt wiggle.
He's drunk.
That's a happy bee. Oh my gosh, he's covered his whole body. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Oh my gosh. Oh, he stumbled out. He kind of is drunk.
Pollen drunk. Honey drunk. Like me.
There he goes. Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Two's really good, so.
Yeah. I'm not picking these today, but look at my broccoli forming. Oh, it's looking so good. I think I have a head forming on every single plant. Ooh, this one's huge. It's really getting there. I'm waiting for them to get a little bigger and just keeping an eye on them. If the florets start looking really loose, I'm gonna pick them, but I wanna let them get as big as possible. And let's see what asparagus we have. Oh, you're dropping one.
I got more to pick too.
Okay. Okay, so here's the final harvest for today. We have our pile of garlic, good and bad. We have 3 little strawberries. I did pick some this morning, so there weren't that many. We are also reaching the end of the strawberry season. Our nice bunch of rhubarb here, and then we ended up with a lot of shelling peas. I think we're gonna go ahead and shell these right now. And then we've got some chamomile. Aaron also picked a few sprigs of anise hyssop because he's been having this for his evening tea. And then our bunch of asparagus and lots of eggs. So that's the full harvest for today. And that is going to be it for today's harvest video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll be back soon with a new garden tour video for June, so make sure you're subscribed. And until then, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video. I think we discovered a new favorite goat snack.
Crunchy.
Ooh, so crunchy. Yum. Ooh, they love them. Ooh, they're so crunchy. So crunchy.
They go down fast.
I know, right?
It's like orange peels that take a minute.
It's great, we have a ton of them.
Yeah. I'm just garbage now.
Ooh, they love these. Slow them down. They don't move fast.
Oh, you dropped another one.